Welcome to the showdown of the century. Again, we're pitting the spookiest cryptids against each other in a fight to the death.
Again!
Let me explain how this is going to work. Starting off, we have 4 pairs of 2 cryptids each. Madison and I will talk about each cryptid's strengths and weaknesses, then decide which of the 2 would win in a fight. Once we've decided the first 4 fights, the 2 pairs will continue on to the next round, and then, after that's decided, the last 2 cryptids will face off. And then, after that's decided, the previous winner of the last tournament, the Thunderbird, will go off against the winner of this tournament. Ugh. If we can't decide on a winner during the tournament, we'll play rock, paper, scissors to see who wins, because I couldn't think of a better way.
It's only fair.
By the end of the episode, we'll determine which cryptid is the winner, and we'll be starting off with the following pairs.
Sorry. I had to.
He's got to spam that thing the entire episode. Suggested pairs include Loch Ness Monster versus Kraken, Wendigo versus the Jersey Devil, Chupacabra versus, and correct me if I'm mispronouncing this, the Pukwudgie.
Pukwudgie, that's correct.
Everyone's favorite cryptid, the Pukwudgie.
Yes.
Mongolian deathworm versus Batsquatch. You've heard of Sasquatch. You've heard of Sasquatch. And now we're going to hit you with Batsquatch.
Batsquatch.
All right. Madison, how are you feeling about this fight?
I feel good. Do you have any... I'm trying to think off the bat. Obviously, we haven't talked about any of these, but honestly, I'm going with Batsquatch.
You're going with Batsquatch?
I'm going with Batsquatch.
Interesting
Batsquatch.
choice.
He's got some stuff.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm feeling like the Pukwudgie is the squonk of this particular tournament
Okay,
bracket.
listen. Okay, never mind. You'll find
I'm listening.
out. Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay,
I'll get into it later.
Okay. I essentially think of a Pukwudgie as some kind of small marsupial. Do you know the kind of Australian animal that beats things to death with its ass? Do you know what I'm talking about? It has such a hard hindquarters that it can... You know what I'm talking about?
I know. I don't have any idea
this
what
is a dream that I
fuck
have.
you're talking about.
All right. Pukwudgie, unlikely.
Okay.
I'll just say that off the bat. I am going to go with probably I feel like the Kraken is the shoe-in just because of sheer size.
Okay, I can see that.
However, I feel like the Wendigo has a strong chance here.
I would also agree with that. Okay. All right.
Excellent.
No word about the Mongolian deathworm?
Well, I know very little about the Mongolian deathworm.
I will say all of these cryptids were in the International Cryptid Zoology Museum.
All of them?
Including the Pukwudgie.
Okay, all right.
Nary a squonk, but the Pukwudgie was present.
I'm wondering, how much space did they afford to the Pukwudgie exhibit?
It was in a container with...
Like a Tupperware container?
Basically. It was in a display along with goblins and gremlins.
Oh, bad company to keep.
I have a picture of one of them because it was so freaking cute.
Oh, wow.
I will post it with everything else.
I love that he's in the display with goblins and gremlins.
He was.
And they say you're the average of your friends. So what does that reflect about the Pukwudgie? I'll leave that to you. I won't deign to...
Dane, okay.
I won't deign to speculate too much on the promise of the Pukwudgie. I am sad, Madison, to know that the squonk won't be participating.
Honestly, that's probably for the best. I would not want to see my squonky friend go up against the Kraken. Certainly not the deathworm.
But how about this? How about during any one of these fights, we can imbue one of the contenders with the squonk's hope as a sort of advantage?
Okay, I love that.
We can only do it once.
The squonk is gone but not forgotten.
No, he fills the heart of the contender with enormous hope.
Oh.
and allows them to gain a slight advantage.
I love that.
Let's
Okay,
say we can
let's
each
do
use
that.
the squonk once.
We can each use it?
We can each use the squonk once.
Like we can, okay.
Yeah, just to make things fair, just in case we
Okay.
want one of the contenders to win, but
Okay.
it's set a draw.
Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
All right. First up, we have the Loch Ness Monster versus the Kraken.
Sorry, I'm not going to stop that now.
You definitely shouldn't stop. Let's start with the Loch Ness Monster.
Let's.
Here's a quick bio. The Loch Ness Monster, known as Nessie, is a legendary creature that's speculated to inhabit Loch Ness, which is a large freshwater lake in the Scottish Highlands.
It's beautiful there.
Have you been?
I have
Wow.
been there. I can also post that. I have a picture of me with Nessie.
Descriptions of Nessie tend to vary, but it's often depicted as a large, long-necked aquatic animal resembling a plesiosaur, for you dinosaur freaks out there. The first recorded sighting dates back to the 6th century, but Nessie gained worldwide fame in the 20th century, particularly after the infamous 1934 surgeon's photograph, which was later revealed to be a hoax. Despite numerous reported sightings and extensive scientific investigations, including sonar explorations and underwater photography, Nessie's existence remains elusive. But not today. Not today.
Not today.
Today, Nessie is going to proudly fight on behalf of all plesiosaurs.
On behalf of Scotland herself.
On behalf of Scotland herself. In a battle against the Kraken.
The Kraken. Okay, all right.
Now, would you like to read through the bio of the
I
Kraken?
would love to. So, the Kraken is a legendary sea monster of enormous size, said to appear in the sea.
In the music scene.
You know. The Kraken would be a really cool band. I'm sure it already exists.
Oh, for sure.
Of course. Said to appear in the sea between Norway and Iceland. It's believed that the legend of the Kraken may have originated from sightings of giant squid, which can grow 12 to 15 meters, which is 40 to 50 feet for us Americans in length. And these legends described a colossal squid-like creature with a large beak capable of pulling down entire ships with its powerful tentacles. And in some stories, the Kraken's limbs are so large that when it rises to the surface, the body can look like a fleet of ships, a ring of islands, or a circle of blue whales. And the Kraken can create whirlpools that capsize ships, or it can wrap its arms around them and just just gonna drown them. Just drowns them. Yeah.
Incredible. I'm about to crack into this protein bar. Enough crinkles for the audience.
ASMR.
Gotta fuck up the audio maybe, I don't know.
You're editing this one, so you
yeah.
gotta deal with it.
Alright. Since we talked about the Kraken just now, how would you go over some of its strengths?
Absolutely. So I know that we were limiting it informally to 3 strengths and 3 weaknesses, but the Kraken had so many it had to include 4. So first of all, it's just insanely huge. Mm-hmm. It's very large, over 40 to 50 feet. It has 8 enormous tentacles, so beyond the 2 arms that people usually think of.
Beyond the 2 tentacles that we as people have.
Exactly. It has 8 of them, and tentacles have suction cups if you don't know. They're...
Do your research.
Do your research, people. They have the element of surprise when in water. Uh-huh. And cephalopods are known for their intelligence.
Incredible.
Yes.
How smart are they compared to, like, a human, comparatively? Do we know?
I was... Like, how smart are cephalopods?
Yeah.
Very smart. Like, comparably to humans. Like, they can solve complex puzzles.
Okay. Have you seen the movie My Octopus Teacher?
I have not, because I know that it's sad, and I'm afraid.
It did make me cry.
I'm afraid to get attached.
I got very attached with my little suckers. It was a great movie. It was profoundly interesting.
Yeah.
And had a beautiful message. Anyway... What are some of the weaknesses of the Kraken?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like other aquatic animals, it is not meant to stay alive on land for very long. So, it should be in the water. It also is clumsy because of its size. It's not like it can do any stealth moves or anything like a ninja. It's got some. It's just go dunk dunk dunk.
A lot of sound effects this
Yes,
episode.
yes. And
We should get a soundboard.
Honestly, we should.
I don't know what that was supposed to be. It's supposed to be like I don't know, like a surprised noise, like whoa.
Okay, that was better.
Yeah, we'll just add recordings of noises that we make, and we can just play them anytime.
Gotcha. That's honestly
really
ideal.
Piss off the listener.
Yeah.
Sorry,
the last weakness. The Kraken is misunderstood. He just wants a friend.
That will play into this battle.
He just wants to hug those ships. He just longs for human connection. He lives so far in the depths that he just wants a friend.
He longs for human connection.
Yes.
He very longs for human connection.
Very long. He ate tentacles long.
He ate tentacles longs. That's incredible. I don't know how many tentacles longs that I am, but a Kraken is certainly intimidating.
What about Nessie?
Well, the Loch Ness Monster,
A
a few of its strengths is its size and strength.
Okay.
It has an advantage underwater, which the Kraken seems to share.
Yes.
Man, I whistle sometimes. And it is stealthy.
Okay.
Some of the weaknesses include easily decapitated.
Oh.
Because it has a long, long neck.
Uh-huh.
It is slow on land.
Okay.
And it's clumsy.
So they're pretty equal in terms of strengths and weaknesses.
Yes.
At least weaknesses.
Yeah. And in fact, the only thing that really seems to delineate between these two cryptids is, I mean, apart from the dinosaur squid dichotomy there, is that the Kraken is many more tentacles as long than the plesiosaur.
It is. Personally, Dylan, are we getting into it?
We're getting into it.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think it's much of a debate.
I don't know if it's much of a debate either.
I really love Nessie, and I love her so much. You have no idea. But I'm just picturing so many ways that this could go very poorly for Nessie. Literally, there's a beak, just easily decapitated, a tentacle just wrap around that sucker. And
yeah.
It's not a lot of hope there.
It has a very vulnerable neck.
Very vulnerable.
However, I do believe that Nessie is faster than the Kraken. More nimble, even.
More nimble,
underwater.
I would say, underwater. But that reach, it's got so much tentacle span.
It does have so much tentacle span. The thing is, though, what if this fight took place on the ground? What if this fight took place on the ground? I think the Loch Ness Monster would have a huge advantage on the ground. Because if you see a squid on the ground, it can't do anything.
It can move. It sloops around.
That's an octopus. But a Kraken is a squid, so it's just like a big bulbous body with a bunch of little tentacles.
Yeah. But Nessie doesn't have legs though. She has
flippers.
fins. Yeah.
Like a little
Okay, what is the terrain here? We've got to map that out.
Let's say that
Are we on a beach? Are we on a small the ocean has a depth to it that neither of them can escape?
Poetically said.
Okay.
Number one. And two, I think most of the terrain is deep water.
Okay.
However, there should be at least part of the land.
Couple of enclaves.
Because we need somewhere to put the bleachers so people can watch this battle.
I agree. And they can use those people if you get in the way. That's not their fault. They're going to do what they need to do to win and survive.
I think if we're playing this out realistically, which I think is very important.
I agree.
For a battle between cryptids.
Uh-huh.
Loch Ness Monster, seeing the sheer size and strength of the Kraken, would not fight it head on.
I agree with that.
Knowing how intelligent the Loch Ness Monster is, and I do know this, I do know how intelligent it is.
You do?
I think that the Loch Ness Monster would try to beach the Kraken.
Okay.
Leading it toward...
But cephalopods are also really smart.
So the Kraken would know to stay in the water.
Yeah.
So basically, there's really no...
It would be a stand-up. It would have to be like a Hunger Games thing where they force them together eventually, one way or the other.
It is like a Hunger Games thing.
Yeah.
This is tough.
This is tough. I'm still sticking with the Kraken.
I think you're right.
I unfortunately think I'm right. Listen, I do not want Nessie to die. But I don't think that she would win.
Nessie gets fucking wrecked.
She's fucking decapitated.
Oh, man. And eaten. That's a sad end for the Loch Ness Monster.
Yeah.
Seen very scarcely, and then made into a little snack for the Kraken. A snackin', if you will. Oh, that's nice. Kind of a happy ending to the story.
Okay, guys, listen to me.
Listen.
Sometimes I think maybe Dylan writes these puns in, and then shit like this happens where there's no possible way you could have written that before, and that's just how his mind works. That's just how it works.
My brain is constantly deteriorating.
Yeah,
and it isn't getting better.
It's just what we get. We are treated with that.
Oh, wonderful. The first fight goes to the Kraken. Let's hear those air horns. Yeah. Excellent. Now this next fight is between the Wendigo and the Jersey Devil.
Oh.
Now the crowd goes, "Oh." Now the Wendigo is a mythical creature rooted in the folklore of the Algonquin-speaking Native American tribes in North America. Algonquin. Right.
Sorry.
Described as a malevolent, cannibalistic spirit, the Wendigo is often depicted as a gaunt, emaciated figure with a hunger that can never be sated, symbolizing insatiable greed and the taboo of cannibalism.
You said cannibalism twice in 1 second, or one sentence, and I'm not quite sure. I mean, keep going. Sorry.
The cannibalistic spirit?
Yes, cannibalistic spirit and
the taboo of cannibalism.
Yes, like
both
it's just
of them.
okay.
Double cannibalism is even worse.
That's kind of scary. I'm kind of scared.
The legend warns of humans who, isolated in the wilderness and driven to extreme hunger, could transform into a Wendigo themselves.
Oh shit!
This cryptid is associated with winter, cold, and starvation.
Oh my gosh!
And serves as a cautionary tale against the dangers of isolation and the destructive nature of greed.
Oh.
Definitely one of the scarier cryptids. A lot of visualizations, a lot of like depictions of the Wendigo have it as a tall, gaunt creature with large claws and a head that is the skull of a large deer.
Yeah, that sounds about right from what I'm used to seeing in media.
Yes, and it is produced by cannibalistic acts that warp the soul into this godless abomination.
Damn.
Do we want to go into the strengths, or do we want to just give bios beforehand?
Give bios beforehand, then when we're ready for battle, we'll go into them.
Cool. Do you want to do the Jersey Devil?
Yeah, so the Jersey Devil is a creature said to inhabit the Pine Barrens of southern New Jersey. And according to folklore, it was born in 1735 to Deborah Leeds, who, upon discovering she was pregnant for the 13th time...
Wild. Could never be me.
Me neither. Cursed the child in frustration, understandably so, declaring it would be the devil. And the creature reportedly emerged as a monstrous being with a goat's head, bat-like wings, horns, clawed hands, hooves, and a forked tail. And over the centuries, numerous sightings and encounters have been reported, often describing the Jersey Devil as emitting terrifying screams and oh my,
terrifying,
and having an ability to move swiftly and vanish.
I bet it was cute though as a baby.
Honestly, me too.
Yeah,
like
a little baby goat.
Little baby goat with We recently saw baby goats in the office.
Oh yeah, they
were really cute.
Yeah, they did bring in baby goats to the office.
It was so cute, guys. You don't understand.
Once they get to be adult goats,
then I'm okay.
Yeah, I don't want to associate with them.
No, but baby goats
who have done nothing wrong in this world,
yeah,
are absolutely a spectacle.
Yes. So I can only imagine this Jersey Devil, little goat head. Oh, baby, go ahead.
I feel. I really do feel for the Jersey Devil.
I do too. He didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't. He was just born a 13th baby to a belated
ask
mother.
to be born.
No, nobody does.
No, exactly. An understandably belabored mother. Do not get me wrong. However,
Yeah.
he did nary a thing wrong.
And you know what the worst part is?
What?
Now he has to live in New Jersey.
Honestly, that is the worst part. He was damned to hell from the get-go.
Oh, man. Some of the strengths of the Jersey Devil include flight, durability, because he lives in New Jersey,
Okay.
and
Has to be.
can vanish and emit quote-unquote terrifying screams.
Yes.
Weaknesses, not adaptable to other environments, because
Okay.
he's stayed mostly in the Pine Barrens.
Okay.
So I think any kind of environmental fluctuation would be bad news.
Yeah, not used to that.
Dependence on reputation.
Yes.
What I mean by that is there aren't many stories of him, there aren't, to my knowledge, and I haven't done a lot of research on the Jersey Devil specifically, but I don't know if there are too many, deaths associated with
I
the
would
Jersey
agree.
Devil.
I think they're mostly just sightings.
Yeah,
Like,
so-
it's nothing like
Nothing like the Wendigo.
Yeah.
And it's nocturnal. So is that really
Okay.
weakness? It depends on,
It depends on when the fight is.
Yeah, so let's just say this fight takes place during evening,
Oh, I think it's fair. Fair.
which is, kind of a middle ground.
Dusk,
One
one would say.
Yes, that's actually makes the battleground quite aesthetically.
Yeah, I agree.
Pleasing.
Especially with the forked tail and the emaciated body.
So let's say dusk, just outside of the Pine Barrens, as it begins to grade a little bit into the rest of the
I
environment.
think it's fair.
On a hillside,
Okay.
maybe some spring flowers are blooming
Okay.
underneath a coat of late winter snow.
Aw, that's so cute.
So imagine that, if you will,
That's
audience.
gorgeous, guys. That's amazing. It's poetry.
So the Jersey Devil is sort of ambling out of the Pine Barrens.
Yes. Yes.
And if we think about what the Jersey Devil looks like, it has, in depictions that I've seen, sort of like a horse-like body, which makes sense. It does have hooves. It has clawed hands, so it's like a horse standing upright.
Yes.
And it has wings with a goat's head. A few of these things right away, I don't really see as being too dangerous.
Yeah.
A goat head can't really bite you.
It's more like startling for the look of it. You
Yeah.
know, it's like you're taken aback
Mm.
by the initial shock.
So- oh, fuck.
Yeah. It's
Like you just
what
noticed it.
is that?
Yeah, gross.
And then you look at it and you're like, oh, my guy's just trying to live.
Your mom should have stopped after the 12th baby.
Honestly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So right away, I don't really see it having much of a physical advantage. But going into the strengths of the Wendigo,
Yes.
would you like to cover those?
Sure. So, the Wendigo has no moral restrictions. It is visually very intimidating. I mean, just from the description alone, it's very intimidating to me, at least. And it's really hungry.
Really hungry.
Really hungry.
Freaking starving.
Yes. And for its weaknesses, it is not especially clever. I imagine that most of it is going to be just instinctual, not
Yeah.
a lot of planning involved. Susceptible to fire, especially because the Wendigo is associated with winter and cold.
Uh-huh.
And it's got some bad PR.
Yeah, a lot of bad PR
Yeah.
with the Wendigo. Eating people is
Taboo,
a little taboo.
one would say.
So not a lot of people are rooting for the Wendigo.
No,
necessarily.
everybody wants the Wendigo to be the one. And yeah.
Yeah, people, I think.
We want the Jersey Devil pulled himself up by his bootstraps. He
Yeah.
was dealt a shitty hand. He's really trying to just live his life.
He was dealt a shitty hoof, for
A
sure.
Shitty hoof.
And a forked tail, for some reason. I guess because he's a devil.
Because he's the devil.
Right away, I'm thinking that while the Jersey Devil does have presence, has
Yeah.
charisma, has a backstory
Yeah.
that is easy to find appealing,
Yes. I would agree.
the Wendigo is just balls to the wall, animalistic,
Yeah.
beastly aggression.
Yeah.
And it would get down on all fours with its human body, this long, gross human body
Ew.
with its claws. And it would go into a full-on sprint, like what you do when you're running up the stairs.
Yeah. Ew. Ew.
What do you mean? What?
This is visualization.
Yeah, when
On
you...
all fours running up the stairs.
How do you run up the stairs?
That's terrifying.
A lot of people run up the stairs that way.
On all fours?
Yeah, you climb the stairs with your hands.
Is that what you do?
I feel so singled out right now. If I'm alone, if I want to have a little fun, yeah.
I would do that as a child, but I can't imagine a grown. Not that I'm like, that's kiddish, but like, I think that's just terrifying. I think if I were to see that, I would actually pee myself. Like
That's why you don't do it in front of other people,
No.
because they don't fucking understand.
They don't understand. Dylan's really misunderstood, guys. That's what we've learned here today.
But the Wendigo is charging forward on all fours. Brandishing its scary little claws.
Yeah.
What can the Jersey Devil do but scream?
Yes. Aww.
I would scream as well. But it can vanish.
Okay.
So while the Wendigo is more physically capable of damaging...
He's also hungry and he might get tuckered out easily.
True.
So, like, if he's, like, running and like... And then, like...
That's how it go.
And the Jersey Devil's like, poof, poof, and
Uh-huh.
And then he might get frustrated and then just like tucker himself out. That might be the way to go about it.
Yeah, he might just go Nightcrawler on his ass and teleport back and forth until the Wendigo is unable to keep up and tires out. At which point, the Jersey Devil really does have the advantage because he could just use one of his big old hooves to step on the Wendigo's head if he wants.
I was going to say that, and like, honestly, the Wendigo is the most terrifying in terms of like the stories and the lore, but like also has to be pretty weak because of like, yeah, he's got these sharp claws, but like he's very hungry. Yeah. He's emaciated.
Yes.
Like there is no muscle mass left there.
Right.
Jersey Devil's been working out and like he's fucking Jersey Shore with those guys.
Oh shit, he's on the beach?
Yes, he's beaching. He's lifting every day. Like
nice, getting that testosterone.
Yes. What the fuck is that?
It's a supplement.
Oh.
That creatine. He's a mass monster, as they're called.
Yeah, I think the only I was leaning Wendigo, but now I'm kind of leaning Jersey Devil.
This might piss you off.
Oh no.
But I'm gonna use the Squonk's Hope for the Wendigo
Are
here.
you serious?
I'm using my Squonk's Hope card, and I am imbuing the Wendigo, who has fallen down, with the tender image of a squonk in his head looking down on him saying, "Get up, get up." And the Wendigo stands to his feet, and he's back in the fight. He's back in the fight. And the Jersey Devil wouldn't expect that, would he?
You're correct. He absolutely would not expect that.
So let's say that his vanishing ability, which he does preemptively, is not in the game for this. Because he surprises him.
But he can still vanish again, though.
But for maybe 1 or 2 seconds, I would say he might be vulnerable.
Okay, I can see that. He might get roughed up, but then once he realizes what's happening, he'll probably vanish again, though, no?
How roughed up would he have to get before he is unable to properly fight?
I mean, I would say if I have the ability to like vanish and reappear and I'm caught off guard and someone slashes me with their claws, I'm also buff. Like,
this is essentially the Mothman of this tournament bracket.
Yes, like he's a buff guy, and I'll like
not a guy.
A swipe from the Wendigo, it would hurt and it would probably rip him a bit, but like then you'd be like, oh shit, let me vanish again.
Yeah. That said, and I might be wrong here, but a lot of Wendigos from the folklore are hunters. So hunters know where to strike on an animal to incapacitate it or kill it. I think that is correct.
I would say that's correct.
So let's say that the squonk fills his chest with warmth and radiant hope, and he stands up and immediately...
But can he feel that warmth and radiant hope? Can he?
Every creature on God's green earth is capable of feeling the radiant hope of the squonk. Okay. I will argue that until the day that I die.
All right, that is fair. Okay. All right. Okay.
If you want to spend your squonk's hope.
No, because I don't think then what's that gonna do? Like, he's already hopeful. He lives in New Jersey. He has to be. He can't give up hope. It's awful there. I lived there for a short time. It's not good.
Oh, goodness. So he jumps up out of his incapacitation, and he bites the Jersey Devil on the neck going for the jugular, and rips his throat. Oh, you have something.
I do have something. I would say, although that would take him by surprise, if he's that close and the Wendigo is that small, they might just go out together. Like,
really?
I'd say, like, if I'm being bitten in the throat, my first thought is, well, first of all, it hurts. But second, I'm thinking, like, what the fuck? Like, how can I get this guy? So, like, with the swipe of the Jersey Devil's clawed hooves,
yes,
he might be able to rip that Wendigo wide open.
So they both die.
I think they both die.
Damn.
I think that's what happens here. I don't think one of them survives.
I think you're right. Damn it, I think you're right. This battle is a draw. Essentially, both of them die.
I think that's pretty fair.
Holy shit, this might confuse things with the rest of the tournament. Let me see here. If both of them are gone, then there's...
Squonk come back?
This was your plan all along.
Squonk comes back.
Holy shit.
Squonk's hope is what we'll be fighting against the other cryptid.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we need another competitor in this tournament, right?
Oh, well, we can see if anybody else will die, too. We don't know if, like, maybe the other matches are good.
Okay.
We don't know.
Yeah, we'll circle around with that.
Okay, we'll figure it out later.
Yes.
Circle back.
So the second battle goes to neither the Wendigo or the Jersey Devil. It is a draw. They kill each other, and both of them perish.
Damn. I figured that was more appropriate than air horns.
Yeah.
So.
I remember playing taps on the air horns the last episode, right?
You did, yes.
All right, would you like to...
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in the fucking pieces.
Oh.
Would you like to...
Sure. Looks like Chupacabra is up next. The Chupacabra, meaning goat sucker in Spanish, is a legendary creature first reported in Puerto Rico in the mid-90s, and it's described as a small reptilian or canine-like beast with spines or quills running down its back. And the Chupacabra is infamous for allegedly attacking livestock, particularly goats, and draining their blood. Sightings and descriptions vary, with some depicting it as an alien-like figure, while others see it as a hairless canine.
It's a good thing the goat man isn't going up against Chupacabra.
Honestly.
He'd be suck.
I also love the description as a reptilian or canine-like beast.
Which are very different.
Very different.
So yeah, just imagine in your head, if you need to imagine this, imagine a picture of it and then use that to imagine. Sorry, that's just from one of my favorite podcasts.
What?
Hollywood Handbook, you should listen.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it is.
Everybody on this show.
Oh yeah, it's nothing but plugs.
Maybe we'll be friends with them.
Who?
Anybody.
It's just like any other podcast?
Yeah, any of them. Unlikely.
Yeah, very unlikely. So, the strengths of the Chupacabra.
Yes. The Chupacabra has sharp claws and fangs, spikes or quills on the back. Not one of the two.
Very different.
Yes.
But, one of them.
Something. And it has speed and stealth on its side. And as for the weaknesses, it is approximately the size of a dog.
Yeah.
It has sensitivity to sunlight and normal durability. Nothing fancy about it.
Yeah, so I just thought for a second, is it capable of beating a Kraken? We'll get to that.
We'll get to that later.
If it wins this battle, of course.
Yes, okay.
Next up, we have the Pukwudgie.
Yes, we do.
A Pukwudgie is a 2 to 3 foot tall, 61 to 91 centimeters tall for Americans as well. Being from the Wampanoag folklore, please tell me that I didn't just butcher another
correct.
Native American name.
That was correct.
Great. Pukwudgie's features resemble those of a human, but with enlarged noses. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
So relatable. Fingers and ears. Their skin is described as being a smooth gray, and at times has been known to glow. Legend says They can appear and disappear at will, can shapeshift into dangerous creatures. They're able to... Well, that's actually a pretty big advantage. They are able to use magic. They have poison arrows. They can create fire at will. Holy fuck.
Remember when you were dissing the Pukwudgie? You're like, Pukwudgie can't beat shit. And I'm like, just you wait, man.
Holy shit, it can conjure fucking fireballs and turn into dangerous animals.
Yes.
I'm going to take the L here and say I did not expect the Pukwudgie to be this based.
Yeah, honestly.
So Pukwudgies control
Taipei
Wonkas, which are believed to be the souls of Native Americans they have killed. So is a ghost army too?
Yes!
What the fuck? They are known to kidnap people, push them off cliffs, attack their victims with short knives and spears, and to use sand to blind their victims. Holy shit, this cryptid was made to fight. This was like engineered in a lab.
Yes.
What did this look like in the Cryptid Museum?
It did not look like this. It looked like... Have you ever seen Labyrinth?
Yes.
Do you
Love
know...
that movie.
Me too. Do you know the big... what's his name?
Oh,
The big guy?
Yes.
He looks like a smaller version of that. That's what it looked like.
Okay.
It looked like a little tiny, like...
Like a hairy little gorilla man with a wart face.
It did not look like this description. And this description I found everywhere. So I don't know what...
I mean, honestly, this just sounds like a little guy.
Yeah, just a little guy with magic.
Which is the scariest thing.
Little guy.
So strengths. They can shapeshift. Big strength.
Yeah.
They can disappear and appear at will. They can use magic. So I don't know how we're going to draw the line on what is and isn't capable of being done with magic.
That's the thing. I don't know. It was very vague. It just said magic.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were referring to the ghost army for that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you play Magic the Gathering, so...
I do.
You can shed some light on that. Fucking nerd. So what kind of magic are we thinking of?
Maybe the magic is that they can create... Maybe the magic is like all of these things. They are magical because of these things. So like they can create fire at will. That's magic.
Yeah.
Or they can shapeshift. That's magic. Maybe that was a poor strength. Maybe this strength should have been, they are magical because they can do this crazy shit. But they also have the souls of Native Americans that they have killed under their control.
Yeah. Let's just right away say, how many souls do they have under their command?
Per Pukwudgie?
Yes. I assume there's only one Pukwudgie fighting.
Oh, yes.
Just for fairness.
It has to
Against the fucking Chupacabra.
Maybe like 5 to 10. I can't imagine there being that many, but I could also just be very ignorant in this lore. I don't know.
I haven't met many Pukwudgie scholars necessarily.
Me neither. So. Well, I didn't meet one, but I went to his museum.
Some of their weaknesses include small in stature.
He is.
He's a short king.
Yes.
Impulsive and ill-tempered. Okay, and not physically impressive. So he's...
Like you said, just a regular guy.
A little guy.
Who can just do crazy shit.
He sounds like a little weird, furry little naked wizard.
That's kind of what I'm picturing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It did not say anything about fur, but I always thought Pukwudgie did have fur on it. Yes, they all seem to have fur. So it's not really described. It's kind of like an unkempt fur.
Okay.
Like a long mane that's just kind of like, look at this. Look at that. Like a troll almost. Like that, yeah, that's kind of what I pictured.
Yeah.
Like this little guy. This is kind of what he looked like in the museum. What you're not seeing here is this little lemur type thing.
Yeah, it looks like a goblin that just stepped out of sports clips.
Yes. Aww.
Nice.
He's so
okay.
cute.
Yeah, actually, I've grown kind of fond of the Pukwudgie.
Yeah, maybe we need a Pukwudgie
merch.
merch. Pukwudgie and Squonk merch.
Oh, for sure, folks. It's coming.
It's coming one day.
Now, the Chupacabra is approximately a dog.
Yes.
It does have quills and sharp claws and fangs and the energy of a dog.
Yes.
Have you ever tried running away from a dog? Really can't.
Yeah.
Now, the size of the Pukwudgie versus the dog, where do you fall on that?
I think they're pretty equal. If not, like Chupacabra is the size of a dog. It depends on the size of the dog. Is it a big dog?
I would say it's probably a big dog.
Then the Pukwudgie is smaller for sure.
Okay.
For sure. The one thing that does scare me, the Pukwudgie is badass. Do not get me wrong, but the Chupacabra's sharp claws and fangs are pretty scary.
Mhm.
But he's not particularly strong. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud.
No, that's the point of this. I think that... What's the setting for this? What's the environment?
Dusk, again.
Dusk.
Because the Chupacabra has a sensitivity to sunlight, so that's only fair.
Okay.
It has to be dusk in, like, a wooded area with a field.
Pine Barrens again?
Yes, the Pine Barrens.
It's all this takes place in New Jersey.
No. Yikes. Oh, but it's Puerto Rico and Wampanoag. Okay, so where's, like, a middle? Maybe
Timbuktu?
Texas? I was gonna say,
Texas.
I was gonna say, no, not quite.
I think, sure, yeah, Texas.
What about Oklahoma? That feels like a good in-between between Puerto Rico and...
Oklahoma? Like on a chart with
No, but like I'm trying
Puerto Rico on one
I'm
end
trying
and
to think
Texas
like
on the other.
climate-wise
Oh, okay.
for both the Pukwudgie as well, because the Pukwudgie is from Wampanoag folklore, which is like up in like I believe so. Maybe I'm ignorant right now. Probably I am ignorant right now.
Ultimately, I think it comes down to, regardless of the environment, I think that the Chupacabra has speed.
Okay.
The Pukwudgie, I don't think necessarily has speed. It
But
has magic.
he can disappear and appear at will.
Okay, that is a very strong ability. It can also shapeshift into a dog if it wants.
Yes, it could.
Or a bear.
Yeah, it could.
Or any other kind of...
Kraken.
Holy shit. Yeah, I didn't think of that, but yes. So this one, obviously, the Chupacabra gets dusted, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say that kind of settles the score.
Yeah.
Hey, Dylan.
Yeah.
Remember when you were making fun of the Pukwudgie and saying the Pukwudgie against the Kraken would get like toasted?
I did say that.
You did.
I'm a little scared for my life now.
Yeah?
What if a Pukwudgie is listening to this shit?
You should be.
So the third battle goes to the Pukwudgie.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Okay, and the last one.
Don't puck around with this wedgie,
Okay.
folks.
All right.
The next battle is between the Mongolian deathworm
Yes.
and the Batsquatch.
Yes. Yes. A very comparable duo.
So, quick bio of the Mongolian deathworm. The Mongolian deathworm's native name... I fucking hate that you put this in the bio. The Mongolian deathworm's native name, Olgoy Korkoy.
Yeah, see, not that bad. Not
Okay,
that hard.
okay. Means intestine worm due to its red blood color and size, which is the size of an intestine. Okay. It has been described by many to be from 2 to 7 feet long, have sharp teeth, have the ability to spit out a corrosive yellow saliva, and to generate blasts of electricity, like an eel.
Yeah.
Mongolian nomads believe the giant worm covers its prey with an acidic substance that turns everything a corroded yellow color. Legend says that as a creature begins to attack, it raises half its body out of the sand and starts to inflate until it explodes, releasing the lethal poison all over the unfortunate Batsquatch. The poison is so venomous that the prey dies instantly. Think Tremors or the sand monster from Dune. What are some of the strengths of the Mongolian deathworm?
Great question. So clearly, the incredibly toxic bodily fluids that just apparently immerses from it in every capacity.
Yeah.
It is a burrower.
Mm-hmm.
And it also has the air of mystery. There's a lot of unknown, conflicting origins, and it's just kind of like shrouded in an air of mystery.
I see.
Yeah.
And some of the weaknesses are it's blind.
Yes, it is.
Which is a pretty big weakness.
It's a worm.
Only thrives in desert or sand prairie type environments. So let's just say the environment has to be one of those places.
Yes.
And not invincible to explosions or weapons. Same. That is a weakness that many things share.
Yes. I mean, it's a worm.
Yeah,
it's a worm.
It's a fucking worm. And it's not even all that...
It is not that big of a worm. 2 to 7 feet, that's not that big.
Yeah. And now the Batsquatch.
The Batsquatch.
Which I had no idea about.
Yeah?
I heard of Batsquatch maybe once or twice many years ago.
I believe there is a Batsquatch the musical.
Really?
I think so. Maybe I'm lying.
Batsquatch the musical. Batch in action.
Yeah, Batsquatch the musical.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I lied. I think it was Bat Boy the musical.
Bat Boy the musical.
Not Batsquatch.
Is Bat Boy a Batsquatch?
Um,
Just like a young
a
Batsquatch?
baby Batsquatch.
Baby Batsquatch.
Baby Batsquatch.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so
This is the content you come here
honestly,
for, folks.
it is. And as I'm remembering what I wrote about the Batsquatch, this might be a pretty even fight.
Okay.
The Batsquatch is a flying cryptid that was allegedly seen near Mount St. Helens in the 1980s. The creature is said to have yellow eyes, a dog-like muzzle, blue fur, sharp teeth, bird-like feet, and leathery bat-like wings that can span up to 50 feet. Bat-like ears, bat-like noses, reddish-brown eyes, fangs, and the pinky finger of their hands has extended and become part of each wing. And these wings are structured similarly to regular bats, except that they have 4 fingers instead of 1 thumb.
Okay.
So, like, apparently they don't have an opposable thumb, is what it seems like.
Uh-huh.
And they have a call that sounds like a combination of a Sasquatch roar and a bat screech.
Oh.
Yes, and for some of its strengths, clearly, it can fly.
Yeah, wild.
It is extremely dexterous, and
Play piano, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like bats have, it has echolocation.
Ah! That's echolocation,
That's
right?
how you said,
Ah!
this is what you came here for, right, people?
Oh, man.
Right?
Weaknesses include poor eyesight.
Because bats are blind.
True, yes. Nocturnal and lives in his cousin's shadow. That's very true, yes.
Yeah, it really does.
His cousins, both of his cousins, Sasquatch and the Yeti.
Yeah, both of them.
However,
And bats.
And bats. his distantly removed cousins, the bats.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know how a Batsquatch is made, to be honest.
I don't want to know either.
But one detail that did stand out to me is that their bat-like wings span up to 50 feet.
The large creature.
50 fucking feet.
Yes. So, like, for the Batsquatch itself might not be very big, but it's got the wingspan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to be enormous just to hold up and use those wings.
Oh, yeah.
The pectoral muscles have to be
comparable
defined.
to Thunderbird.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Caked up, for sure.
Caked up.
Fully in his gym era. Does this kind of language relate to young people at all?
I don't know what you mean by gym era.
Gym, like eras?
Oh, I'm stupid. I was thinking Jim from The Office.
Fully in his Jim Halpert era. Loves The Office, has such white bobblehead.
What's wrong with me? I don't know, man. No, you relate to young people. I do not.
Yep, that's me relating to young people.
The jock.
Yeah, I am a jock. This is
fine.
true. So this enormous bat Sasquatch is going up against the Mongolian death worm. I think he's just going to eat him like some sketty.
But that's the thing. So all of his bodily fluid is incredibly toxic. So he can't just eat him or even stab him, really. He cannot attack with normal means.
Okay.
And the Mongolian death worm is a burrower.
Yeah.
So, like, flight doesn't really have much of an advantage.
Yeah. And it can explode and instantly kill whatever its viscera lands on.
Yes.
So I think the Batsquatch would have to be pretty smart about this.
For sure. Do you think the Batsquatch is smart?
No.
I don't think so either.
So I think it would attack straight on.
I think it would, not knowing.
Just completely unaware.
How would it know?
Right.
How would it know?
It's never been to Mongolia.
No. It's never seen one. It just thinks that, oh, this is a worm.
It's just a big worm.
This is a worm.
Yeah,
Screw you.
He thinks he's got it in the bag.
Yeah. And I think
in the bat.
I think that's in the bat.
I
think that's what happens.
Yeah. And then he approaches.
Yeah.
And then let's say that the Mongolian death worm doesn't explode itself because we've already lost so many today.
We can't lose any more.
I can't lose the Mongolian death worm. Even though death is in his name.
Yes.
So let's say that, what do you think? The Batsquatch is coming in high velocity, using all 50 feet of its wingspan.
All it has to do is spit this corrosive yellow saliva out.
Yeah.
And, like, that'll do it.
But if he's coming, like, straight down at terminal velocity, he can just stomp on the Mongolian deathworm and pretty much like squish it.
I agree, but then do they both die again? Because I'm thinking if the bodily fluids then get on Batsquatch, which they would if he were to squish the Mongolian deathworm, then he would also die.
Yes. That is true.
Did we kill them again?
Sheesh. You know, I really want the Batsquatch to win, but I've already used my Squonk's Hope.
I will use Squonk, but is the Squonk's Hope going to do anything? Because it's not going to inform the Batsquatch. It's just going to give him hope. I will employ the Squonk's Hope.
Are you sure?
I have to. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I have to do it. I have to try.
So, what happens?
So, the Batsquatch feels this air of hopefulness.
Yeah.
But he does not learn the details of that's not what the Squonk does. He just feels incredibly hopeful, and he just knuckles down on this Mongolian deathworm with even more force and velocity.
Yeah.
And then they both die.
Yeah, they both die.
Damn.
Fuck. This world is fucked. I hate it.
This was not planned.
No, none of this was planned. Both the Mongolian deathworm and the Batsquatch are done.
What does that leave?
This leaves the Pukwudgie and the Kraken.
Oh my gosh.
All right, now this is a bit of a challenging one.
Yeah.
Because, like we talked about earlier, the Pukwudgie can effectively shapeshift into any animal, which includes cryptids.
Yeah. So then he could go in the water and have a fair fight with the Kraken, but also then have the benefit of being out of the water and being fine.
Yes, and I think that instead of transforming into a Kraken, it
shark.
might... Yeah, a megalodon.
I'm just gonna say, a megalodon. Why would you not? Does the Pukwudgie win?
I think the Pukwudgie wins.
Oh my gosh.
I think there's no other way around it, but just because of its fucking broken abilities, it is easily going to, maybe not easily, but it is going to win that battle.
And they have a whole ghost army.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the ghost army's up in the bleachers cheering them on.
Got a whole ghost army.
Yeah. Which leaves the final battle.
Oh my gosh.
The Thunderbird.
Okay.
The winner of the last tournament bracket, the Thunderbird,
And the Pukwudgie.
versus the Pukwudgie.
Oh my gosh. Can we give a little recap on the Thunderbird and his strengths and weaknesses? Obviously, he was strong enough to win the last one, but...
Certainly. And let's go over
Victor.
the Thunderbird here. The Thunderbird is a legendary creature found in various indigenous cultures across North America.
Indigenous versus indigenous.
Particularly in the traditions of tribes like the Lakota, Ojibwe, and others. It's often depicted as a powerful and majestic bird, sometimes described as being as large as an airplane, with wingspans that could block out the sun. The Thunderbird is associated with thunder, lightning, and storms. I remember you said that you imagined it as a black bird.
Yeah.
I imagine it as a Zapdos. It's probably somewhere in the middle.
What is a Zapdos?
The Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, one of the 3 legendary birds from Kanto,
Sorry.
the Kanto region.
Dork.
So that Thunderbird is going up against the Pukwudgie. This Underwudgie has managed to shock and amaze the whole crowd.
I am shooketh. One might say.
As am I.
Does the Pukwudgie just turn into a Thunderbird? And fight equally?
I could say that it could, but it's not as familiar with the Thunderbird's body and abilities as the Thunderbird.
I agree.
So in that kind of fight, the Thunderbird would win.
I would agree with that.
What is a bird's main predator?
Cats.
Cats. Yeah. Other birds, maybe?
Other birds?
But there's no bird that is the predator of the Thunderbird.
No, he is the apex predator.
And he is fucking lightning and thunder.
Yes. Because honestly, like, that's the thing. Thunderbird would just be like, Pukwudgie would be like, boom, boom, vanish, disappear. And
Yeah.
Thunderbird would just be like, thunder, lightning.
Yeah. And thunder, with its properties, is so incredibly fast that
Yes.
the Pukwudgie would be unable to consistently dodge for a long enough
Discern
time.
where it's coming from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the while the Thunderbird is flying.
I think that it would be unfair to say that the Pukwudgie would not get in some good hits. I think it could turn into like a big bird and like try to hit, or like hit it with a fireball or something.
Or an arrow.
Or an arrow. It could do that to pierce a wing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think even after all that, in the end, I mean, Thunderbird's got flight, like, and he, like you said, he knows how to use his bird powers the best because that's what he is.
Yeah.
Pukwudgie's just guessing.
Pukwudgie's guessing. This is definitely a close one.
Known to kidnap people, push them off cliffs, and attack them with short knives and spears. Well, if he pushes them off a cliff, he's just gonna fly.
Yeah.
You can't kidnap him.
Yeah. Short knives are too short.
Yes.
Spears, maybe, but using sand to blind their victims?
Yes. But he has poison arrows. Why would you use spears and short knives when you have poison arrows?
I do think the Pukwudgie could ground the Thunderbird with a poison arrow.
I agree.
All he needs is one good shot.
But all the Thunderbird needs is one good shot with his...
Yeah, with his thunder. And lightning.
And
Specifically lightning.
And lightning.
Not going to make the same mistake twice. It is lightning. I honestly have to give this one to the Thunderbird.
I do too. I feel like that's... Not the Pukwudgie did not put up a valiant fight, but...
Man.
It's hard to beat a Thunderbird.
It really is. And there you have it, folks.
You heard it from us.
You heard it here worst.
Always.
That's not going to be the catchphrase
Always.
of the show.
It apparently already is, Joe.
The winner of the second Cryptid tournament bracket is...
The Thunderbird.
The Thunderbird.
I mean, it was the Pukwudgie, but then the Thunderbird.
Yes, the reigning champion
Yes.
remains the Thunderbird.
Yes, I wonder.
What do you wonder?
I wonder if there will be anything that can beat the Thunderbird.
Mothman was very close.
Mothman was very close.
I think he was the closest that we've really gotten.
I agree, and I think that if maybe we get them on like even terrain, like obviously a Megalodon and a Thunderbird, no, he would just electrocute the Megalodon.
Yeah.
Damn, this is hard.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good for him.
Good for him.
Good for him, honestly.
Thunderbird gets another medal.
Yeah.
And I hope that we do another Cryptid tournament bracket.
Yeah.
Because these are always a blast.
I love these so much. Thank you, Dylan.
Absolutely. Thank you, Madison. All right, folks.
Oh yeah, if you like, I forgot. If you like what you hear, let us know. Give us a follow, a subscribe, give us a like, ding that bell, all those fun things. You can follow us at MECrisisPod on Instagram and Facebook. Feel free to email us at myexistentialcrisispodcast@gmail.com. And thanks for listening.
Have a good day, folks.
Bye.
Bye.